What is up, my special me brothers and sisters? We are back once again with another figure review. This time we're going to be reviewing the Superman from Amazing Yamaguchi, not the regular version. I didn't end up getting the regular version. I got the black and red version. I've heard a lot of good things, heard a lot of bad things, but the only way we'll find out is once we bust them out of the package and we get into the review. So without further ado, let's get started. Okay guys, here we have Superman out of the box and onto the rotating stand. My boy is looking really good. I love how the black contrasts really good with the red. The symbol right there, the silver symbol on him, looks really good. I just prefer this edition over the red and blue. I do already have two Supermans, so I mean, what's another one, right? But this time, I'm not really that much of a big fan of Superman, but when I saw Amazing Yamaguchi make this edition or this version color variant of the original one, I was like, okay, this one is an easy cop for me. Now, as far as articulation and everything, we'll get into that a little bit as soon as we get done with the aesthetics, but it's more or less, I would say, the same thing. The figures are identical. I don't have the original one that came out, the red and blue one, but I do have this one, and that's what we're going to review. So as you can see right there on his belt, it's very soft, nice, metallic. He doesn't really have any different types of colors on him as far as like paint applications. The mold on him is all black. As far as like the eyes, they're a little bit different as far as them digitizing them on the face. The cape, I am not really a big fan of the cape, although everybody already knows that you get a cloth cape when you purchase this guy. So the cloth cape is what I'm going to go with. I'm not really a fan of cloth goods, but when it comes to the capes, I am okay with it. As many of you know that when I purchased, what was it, Giyu from Demon Slayer, as well as, let's see, Akaza. See, they have cloth material clothing, and I just don't really care for the cloth material clothing, only because it looks baggy on them and it just bunches up. But when it comes to the capes, I am okay with the capes. You can kind of see right there on the back, you kind of have to maneuver it. There is kind of two half symbols of the Superman symbol right there on the back, but you kind of have to manipulate it, and it's just Amazing Yamaguchi doing their own signature style on it. So enough rambling on. Let's get him off of the rotating stand and let's take a look at the articulation. Okay, everybody knows we start from head to toe like we always do. Let's get it. So he's going to be able to look up about this much. You can see it's very, how would I say, detrimental, especially it's important for him to look up like that because he is Superman. He is going to be flying. He's going to be able to look down about this much. Let's see. Yeah, about this much. He does kind of go side to side, but you just kind of have to manipulate it as well. So that works. He can look from left to right. So that's good. Now, as far as the cape, actually, we'll go ahead and get into the cape right now. So he's able to lift this first piece right here that kind of goes and tucks into the shoulder. And these are on, like, let's see, ball joints as well. So you're able to manipulate them however you want to. This kind of goes in and out as well. So that's the first piece. The second piece are the flat pieces that actually kind of connect into the actual, how should I say, the back piece itself. Now, I'm not a fan of this. I did have to modify it a little bit. I had a Dremel into the back piece right there, only because the pegs on them were too small. The holes on them were too small, and they just were not fitting. So I don't know. I know a lot of you people have been griping about that the holes are just too small, and you're wrecking your figures or wrecking the cape just trying to get that on him. And everybody knows they They go however way you want to, in and out. Pose them however you want to. Let's see. Arms go out about this much. Yes, he can do the T pose. So they go out about this much. And then you have this joint right here. Everybody knows that it's able, like, for him to get much more range and motion. So if he has his hand up like this, you don't have to worry. You could just drop that down, and you don't have to really move the arm all that much. Let's see. He has right here a bicep swivel. And the thing is about these amazing Yamaguchis is that they're just so, they just translate so well on camera. As far as like taking pictures, he has bends at the elbows right there. They only go about that much. Some wrist swivel right here, 360 all the way, and then they go in and out as well. So for the first top piece right here of the abdomen, he's going to be able to do a little bit of a crunch, actually a whole much more than a crunch right there. And then that's not even really using the part in the back, because he has two pieces. So he's able to look down about this much. He's pretty much able to make his whole abs disappear. So that's pretty cool. Now moving on down to the legs, he's able to lift it up this high right here. You do have a cut right here in the thigh that enables you to get more range and motion right there. Let's see. As far as the knees, they go in about this much. You do have the infamous knee part that kind of sticks up right there, but that's kind of important to kind of have, only because like when they're doing like the Iron Man pose, or when they're kind of coming in doing a dynamic pose, you kind of need that, so that way they can kind of, you know, say, okay, boom, land the pose, and they can stick it as well. So that's really cool right there. And then right here at the leg, the top piece of the boot, it's able to move as well. And then of course with the toes, or the feet I should say, they go out about this much, and then they go in. You just have to manipulate it, and then we have toe articulation. So that's it for the articulation. Let's see what accessories my boy has to come with. So when it comes to Superman's accessories, he doesn't really come with much. Let's start with the headpieces. And first off, we're going to start with a really strong headpiece, and it is him with the glowing eyes. As you can see right there, looks really, really nice. The outline is red, whereas the pupil is very white. Let me see if I can get it closer. There you go. Looks really good. Next headpiece is this kind of stern looking face, and this I'm guessing, because he already has a stern face right out of the box, I guess this is a face of like when he's kind of looking more up. As you can see, like if his neck was down, his eyes would kind of be looking up. So that's that. And then the other optional headpiece is him looking off to the side. Really nice. And then the other piece is like him looking off to the side, but this time in the opposite direction. Really cool right there. Okay, next we're going to start off with the hands. He has these kind of like open, more or less kind of grabbing hands right here. Let me see. So that's that right there. Next are these kind of a little bit more grabbing hands right here. He comes with a pair of those. He comes with this closed palm, but still kind of thrusting, like let's say if he's about to fly type hand. Actually, he comes with two of those. So he comes with a pair of those. That's really nice. He has this pointing finger. I guess if he's just going to point it out and be like, you know, point out the obvious. So he has that. And then the last hand he has is this kind of holding hand. It looks like he's supposed to hold something, but I don't know what. Maybe a staff that has a kryptonite on it. Maybe the end tip. I don't know. But I'm kind of glad that they included that, because it gives you some, you know, more posability and playability. So the next thing we're going to talk about is, let's see, the cape, the cloth cape. So it's really nice, the material that it's made out of. It's pretty solid. I like how they had this right here. It's kind of like a vinyl that's stuck on there. The stitching is on the outside, which kind of makes it look ugly. I wish the stitching, you know, excuse me, was a little bit more hidden. And then you have this back piece right here where you can kind of plug them in. At the end of the video, I'll have this posed on him as opposed to the plastic one that he has. So this is the plastic piece that you're going to put on Superman. And then this part right here is kind of more or less like you can bend it right here at the top of his shoulder. And then it's wired all throughout the whole cape. And that is his cape. Last but not least, you get a base stand with him. Not the sturdiest or the strongest, but at least we got one. And then these optional parts. Not optional parts, but just extra pieces right here. So that's all the accessories that he has to come with. I'm going to put some of them on him and then give my final thoughts on the homeboy Clark Kent. Okay guys, here we have Superman in all of his glory with some of the accessories. As you can see, I put on the cloth cape, and the cloth cape favors him better than the actual plastic cape. I mean, this part actually looks really cool on him, but I might modify it to where you'll have the plastic cape on him at the very top of his shoulder, and then the rest of it cloth. I might do something like that, but as far as this works really good. I have seen some people on Instagram where they kind of tuck in the cape. I might have to reach out to those people, because, or you could kind of comment in the section below and just tell me more or less how to do it. I haven't really seen how they really did it, but all I know is that you can kind of tuck in the cape into like his shoulders. The only thing you have to do is take off the neck piece and kind of tuck it in. But like I said, I don't know how to do that, and I'll have to use them as references to see how to do that. But as far as the eyes, the hands, and everything fit on him perfect. The only problem I had was with the cape itself. This hard plastic cape right here did not fit good on him. Like I said, I had to Dremel it out and outsource some tools so that way it could actually fit him. But other than that, this thing is a great figure, really good figure in my opinion. Amazing Yamaguchi has done it again, and I don't know how else to say it, like as far as like them knocking the ball out of the park with this one. This is really good, and I'm not even a big fan of like Superman. You already know me, Batman all the way, but to me, this just has Superman with the Batman colors, you know, as far as like the black goes. You know, I'm a sucker for when they do variants of the heroes in all black. But this is really good, really nice. I like how the eyes and all the joints are nice and stiff and good. They're not crazy stiff to where you need to put them in hot water or anything like that. Easy cop for me, guys. Alright guys, that's going to wrap this video up. Let me know in the comment section below if this Batman is going to be a pass or a grab. Major Piccolo shout out to everybody supporting since day one. And like I've said, the channel is lazy, but the movement ain't.